The Grand Theft Auto series may chiefly be about robbing cars and doing crimes, but they've always stood out in the attention to detail department. Their open worlds are often credited with being characters in their own right, made immersive through various avenues, side content, atmosphere, mysteries, secrets, Easter eggs, or something else altogether. Well, in today's video, following having done the same thing for Grand Theft Auto 5, we're going to be looking at 10 secrets in Grand Theft Auto 4, as suggested by a fellow named Jason Gillier. Obviously, this video will be broken down into timestamps, so if you're looking for something in particular, you can find it there. Now, how I define a secret and then put it in a video like this probably falls under the umbrella of an Easter egg, though not necessarily. It's interesting details and things that aren't necessarily worth their own video, but may indeed suit this compilation format. And now, with everything that needs to be said behind us, let's crack on and get into the first secret. Now, first and foremost, we're headed to Firefly Island, to the Funland place, a largely deserted or at least off-season theme park that comes complete with the saddest looking miniature golf course I think I've ever seen. It's not awfully expansive, but then again, you're not actually playing miniature golf. Now, it's here where the eagle-eyed player might notice the landmarks that accent this miniature golf course appear to be locations featured in previous GTA titles, specifically San Andreas and Vice City. There's the world's largest cock from GTA San Andreas, a windmill that can be seen in various places on San Andreas' map, and a miniature version of the Jefferson Towers. As far as Vice City is concerned, there is of course the Vice City Lighthouse, and a building that bears strong iconic similarities with the Ocean View Hotel. Together they come together to form the most depressing looking miniature golf course ever, which is fitting, I suppose, for Grand Theft Auto 4's tone. We'll be returning to Funland later, but for now, we need to head to an internet cafe fittingly named Twat, where once logged in on a computer, we can browse the magical internet and read news articles on Liberty Tree. This one is titled Urban Myths Run Wild, and reads as follows. Police officers spoke out yesterday about the incredible spate of urban myths that are damaging the image of Liberty City. The non-stop rumours of dead pop stars, Sasquatches, giant alligators, secret cities, invincible criminals, and dogs have all been causing widespread disturbances in the minds of insane residents, said one spokesman, who was investigating reports a man had his drink spiked and the kidney stolen, which turned out to be spurious. We will stay with this story. In related news, police are investigating claims a whale was seen swimming in Middle Park. And this article is obviously Rockstar acknowledging the massive myth hunting bonanza that went on with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, even though there was seldom anything to actually find. It's a nice nod to the players who sunk hours into Grand Theft Auto San Andreas just to prove there might be some truth to an urban legend, and at the same time Rockstar is going, yeah, there's nothing. For our third secret of the day, we're headed to Happiness Island, where, yes, the statue of happiness does appear to depict Hillary Clinton, and she has a beating heart for some reason, but I've done a full video on that if you care to check it out, so that's not the reason why we're here. But rather it's because this is a point where this particular secret spawns. It's not the only one, but it's the one that I know of off the top of my head. We can find an artist's easel here plastered with drawings, and apparently these doodles are concept art of previous GTA characters. And I suppose that's a pretty cool way to use those assets that would otherwise be, I'd imagine for the most part, discarded or unused, and apply them to add some detail to the world. For the fourth secret, we return to Funland. Don't ask why I'm doing this in this awkward order, it's just the order in which I wrote them down. Turns out I'm too lazy to avoid making my content messy. Anyway, in Funland there are bins, and these bins are made to look vaguely like hippos, and I suppose that's because ordinary bins are unsightly and this is supposed to be a happy place. Apparently though, these hippo bins have been seen in theme parks of all varieties across the world, albeit usually ideally minus the teeth. Their presence in GTA 4 is a nod to another Rockstar Games title, Manhunt. Now apparently these hippo bins also feature in that game. Why is that one facing a wall? For our next little secret, we're headed to Chinatown, specifically to an arcade named Videogeddon with a really jarring sign. However, the detail of note is actually on the walls of the place. There are 4 things. There's a tank, a big explosion, whatever that's supposed to be, and the sprite of a character who appears to bear resemblance to a crossover between Super Mario and an incredibly sunburnt Norwegian. Now, this does indeed appear to be a nod to Super Mario from the Super Mario Bros. Series, albeit knockoff as a means to, I guess, undress him partially. For the 6th secret of the day, we need to head to a Cluckin' Bell. I presume any will do. Now, these places have plenty of noteworthy details, however, the one that interests me is the Clucky Meals thing on the wall. I presume it's a sort of advertisement for a kids meal. You know, if you went to Mackey's as a kid and you got a Happy Meal, or if you went to KFC and whatever they did, maybe you got a toy with your scran. Usually pointless novelty items that aren't worth the bag they come in. Well, at Cluckin' Bell, the kids meal toy appears to be Cluck Norris. Obviously a nod to Chuck Norris, the famous martial artist and actor, known for his roles in various action films, and frequently joked about online for his inability to be defeated. I know it's not a joke, Chuck, please! You get the point. You can't get on violence with Chuck Norris and win. In fact, according to legend, he's even capable of denting a Volvo. Anyway, while we're here, we might as well order 16 quintillion chicken burgers and scran them in front of this poor, helpless minimum wage employee. For this next secret, it's worth observing that Rockstar Games likes putting their logo or their name in their games wherever they can, to the point where sometimes it's not even subtle. Well, if we go bowling, with or without Roman, in my case without because I'm a heartless monster, the bowling pins in the bowling alley all have the Rockstar Games logo on them. And yes, I deliberately gutted it just to show you that. Not that I pretend to be any good at bowling in this game, or indeed in real life. Regardless of my bowling ability, it's a snazzy place to find the Rockstar logo, I guess, and I can't not mention bowling in a GTA 4 video. Now for secret number 8, you can watch television in your apartments/safe houses, and what's able to be viewed on these televisions are a small selection of classic Rockstar satirical, inappropriate television shows. One program in particular is called Republican Space Rangers, and that kind of explains all you need to know to understand where it's going with this. Now, the terrifying space Republicans wear green suits of armor that very strongly resemble the Mjolnir armor from the Halo franchise seen worn by the Spartans, in particular the iconic armor worn by Master Chief himself. It also takes inspiration from other sci-fi things, including an opening crawl not dissimilar to those you'd expect to see in a Star Wars film. Besides that, it fits right in with the rest of the lineup of things you can watch on television within Grand Theft Auto 4 in the sense that it's incredibly odd. For this video's penultimate secret, this one can be found in various locations across the map, but I found one here, down by Funland. Here you can find a cafe with a noticeable name, the Hot Coffee Shop. For context, Hot Coffee was a cut minigame from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. However, the code was discovered by modders and then promptly enabled, allowing players to engage in naughty time on screen. Yes, you can guess what that means. Very quickly it became a scandal, with people calling for the banning of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and politicians dunking on Rockstar to score points. For example, Hillary Clinton, who has been immortalised as the Statue of Happiness holding a hot coffee cup. The Hot Coffee Shop is clearly a nod to that same scandal, and it's enriched by the Sprunk advertisement next to its name, which is a parody of Sprite where its name is mixed with you-know-what. Rockstar Games sure did know how to play it cool, didn't they? For our 10th and final secret of the day, we're heading to 3 tall apartment blocks in Northwood, the Governor Greg Johnson houses, where inside whichever of the 3 buildings you wind up going into last, to save yourself looking like a fool like me, it's the northernmost one. On the staircase for every story we can find the same graffiti. This graffiti shows up elsewhere across Liberty City, but this is the only place I know for a fact, like off the top of my head it's absolutely here, but it's definitely elsewhere, I just don't know where. And the graffiti consists of lots and lots of writing, referencing previous Grand Theft Auto game characters. Claude from GTA 3 is here, Carl Johnson from San Andreas is here, and Tommy Vercetti from Vice City is also mentioned. and though it doesn't use surnames to avoid being too on the nose, it also implies, as far as Grand Theft Auto is concerned, these characters are deceased. This is obviously a nod to the fact that GTA 3, San Andreas and Vice City occur in the 3D universe, and Grand Theft Auto 4, and then after it 5 and presumably 6 that's coming, are in the HD universe, and therefore, to avoid confusion, there's very limited chance we'll ever see these older Grand Theft Auto protagonists ever again. And that brings us sweetly to the end of today's little video. Thank you for watching, I really hope that you've enjoyed it. I am aware Grand Theft Auto 4 has been out since 2008, and therefore a lot of these secrets may not even be new to you if you've been kicking about for a while and you like diving into the smaller details of games like this. But nonetheless, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it nonetheless. Also be sure to use the comments to let me know some more obscure ones in hopes of a potential part 2. Also, I apologise if in the background of my narration you heard the occasional dog bark, outside the one joke where I showed a video where he did bark because dogs were an urban legend, whatever. Angus is nuts. Anyway, with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point, but until next time, please, take care and goodbye.